So today we're going to be talking about the 4 main types of YouTube trolls. Those people who leave nasty or spammy comments on your YouTube channel. We'll talk about who they are, and I'll give you some simple solutions to deal with those types of comments effectively. Coming up next. Hi everybody, my name is Dee Burks and this is Retirement Rescue, where we talk about how to make money, save money, and create a retirement from nothing. Well, one of those ways, of course, is to create your own YouTube channel. And one of the big concerns people have when they create a channel is that they'll put a video up and all of a sudden they'll get attacked or spammed in the comment section. How do you deal with that? Well, luckily, I have some really great solutions for you, and you can do these the second you start up a YouTube channel, so those sorts of comments aren't even an issue. Now, of course, a lot of the times, the kind of negativity that your YouTube channel might attract depends on the type of channel. My channel attracts next to none. I'm very grateful that most of the people who watch my channel are super supportive. They leave great comments, and a lot of people do read those comments. So it adds to the community, and that's a wonderful thing. But even on my channel, there have been times I've had to deal with some of these issues. Now let's talk about the 4 main types of internet trolls you might run across on your YouTube channel. The first is the porn and link bots. The second are spammers that are promoting something. The third I like to call instigators. They're people who just like to get a reaction out of people. They want to get everybody riled up and argue about everything. And the fourth is the type of person who is an absolute harasser. And that's a really important one to deal with. So stick around for that one. Now, one of the things to understand right off the bat is if any of these people show up on your channel, it's not about you. These are individuals or bots that target small channels, even large channels. I've seen some of them on news channels where the bots are just going crazy. So don't feel like it's just you. It's not just you. They're not picking on you. It's just because you're there. So don't take it personally. That's the very first lesson. Don't take any of this personally. It's something that is easily and quickly dealt with. So let's say, for example, you get a bot that's posting on your channel. And usually it'll just show up as a link. And it will look something like this. Here's a couple that have shown up on my channel here just in the last month or so. They show up with relative frequency. Here again, it's on every channel. I want to caution you right off the bat, don't ever click on one of these links. I know it kind of goes without saying, but it's easy for your curiosity to get the best of you. It's either going to be a porn site, a malware site. It's probably going to download something onto your computer or your phone. So please don't click these links, just out of curiosity. Now, when they first showed up on my channel, I really wasn't prepared for it. I had just set the channel up. It was brand new. I had almost no subscribers. And I had a couple of these links show up in my comment section, and I couldn't delete them. Usually as a creator, you can go into any link. There's 3 little dots down below, and you can pick an action you want to take on that, and one of those is delete. For whatever reason, it would not delete. I simply contacted YouTube through their feedback section, which is right down here by your settings, and told them, hey, I don't know what to do about this. Can you help me? Within 48 hours, they were gone. But really, there is a way to correct that where you don't have to do that. And I didn't realize it at the time. But if you go into your settings and then click the community tab, this gives you a whole list of things you can do to help combat some of your YouTube trolls. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there is a place you check that says no links. You do not have to allow anyone to put links anywhere on your comments section. And this will completely eliminate these bots. They will be held for review in your comments. You can go to your comment section and they'll automatically be held for review. You'll never see them, and they automatically delete after 60 days. Or you can go in and delete them if you so choose. But I just let them automatically delete so I don't ever have to worry about them. So you want to always check that box, even from the beginning. Now, honestly, there will be occasions where someone is commenting and they put a link to something because they're trying to be helpful. It will catch those too. But those are rare. And it's really worth not allowing anyone to put links on your comment section. It just cleans it right up. Super easy. So be sure you have that box checked. Now, the second type of troll we're going to talk about are spammers. Now, spammers aren't necessarily bots. A lot of times they are people. So they can be pretty tricky. Many times these spammers, especially if you have a financial channel, are promoting some financial program or some other type of program. It could be a fitness program, a personal development program. But they've gotten really tricky. A lot of times they'll comment promoting the program. And if you delete those comments, then they get a little trickier. And they'll do what's known as posting a shill. A shill comment is basically something that seems really innocuous. Spammers know that a lot of times when someone replies to a comment, you won't see it as the creator. It can easily slip by. So what they'll do is they'll have this shill go in and post a comment that reads something like, "Wow, I wish there was a program that would teach me about financial things." And then all of a sudden you'll have 10 or 15 people reply promoting this program. And if you tried to keep up and delete all those people that are actually promoting the program, you would never get ahead. But YouTube has a great solution for this. You can take the name of that program and you go back into your community tab, exactly where the little checkbox was for no links. You can add that program name to your blocked words. In other words, anyone who tries to use the name of that program cannot comment anywhere on your YouTube channel, either as an original comment or as a reply. You have effectively eliminated them all just by doing that one thing. I've only had to do that a couple of times to programs. The minute they figure out you have added them to your blocked words, it stops. I mean, instantly. And you never have another problem with that program. Now, there may be others that come out that you have to add. Super simple. Easy solution. Now, let's talk about the third type of YouTube troll. And this is a little more tricky. Those are the people who are instigators. I like to call them instigators for lack of a better term. These are people on the internet that just like to argue about everything. And the thing is, when you have a YouTube channel, you always want people to discuss in the comments. That's what adds to your channel. You have people who agree with what you say, people who don't agree with what you say. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if they do so respectfully. They're just having the discussion. That discussion adds to the community of your channel. So that's a good thing. However, you will get those people who they want to take everything into politics. They want to take everything into religion. They want to just be negative, negative, negative. And you know some of these people in real life that never have a good thing to say about anybody. Here again, one way to combat that is on my channel, I add a list of political words, political names of people, political parties. I add religious words. Doesn't matter what religion. My channel is not about religion. It's not about politics. If yours is, you're going to have to come up with a different way to handle that. But for most channels, if you add a few of those key words to subject matter you don't want on your channel into your blocked words, it takes care of it. You never have to worry about it. You don't have to go in and monitor it. It's automatic. It holds it for review, and after 60 days, it deletes it. Now, there are times that someone's just having a bad day and they have a humongous rant on your page. A lot of times I'll just leave those. If they're not hurting anything or anybody, that's fine. No big deal. But as you'll find out, as your channel grows, and mine grew so quickly, I went from having 250 subs to 60 days later having 10,000. And let me tell you what, at 250 subs, there were hardly ever any comments. There were very few. All of a sudden, 60 days later, there are hundreds of comments. There is no way you can actively monitor that. So having these controls is super vital as your channel grows. And here again, if you put them into play right off the bat, it's really helpful. Now let's talk about the fourth type of YouTube troll, and honestly, this is the worst one. They are people who attack you personally. They attack how you look, how you dress, how you do your makeup, how you talk, if you have an accent or not. They don't attack what you're doing or saying. They attack you. There are a number of different ways that you can deal with these people. One of the issues with these types of people is this is their thrill for the day. They don't care anything about you. They just want to be mean to people and get away with it, and they can sit behind their screens all safe and just throw darts at people. And they love to do that. They want to get a rise out of you. The best thing you can do is not react to these people at all. Pretend like they're not even there. And then when you go into your action, the 3 little dots that are your actionable steps to take, you can choose to hide your channel from people. You can choose to block them from your channel. You can choose to report them for harassment. And here's how I use these particular options. Because I add a lot of things they might attack, like if you have a mole on your face, add the word mole to your blocked words. If someone attacks you because of your accent, add whatever words they're using to your blocked words. They can no longer do that. If they continue to attack you in other ways, I will hide my channel from them. However, some of these people have multiple accounts, and you can usually tell who they are because they use almost the same verbiage to attack you again. At that point, especially if they're being really harassing or bullying in some way, then I'll consider reporting them for harassment. I usually reserve that for people who are threatening, people who are showing a decided pattern of attacking me personally. I had one person that copy and pasted the same tacky, horrible thing. I caught that one morning. They were posting the exact same comment to every single video I had. So there was a clear pattern. So I went through and I reported every one of those to YouTube for harassment. When you do that, YouTube will immediately hide your channel from them, and they will deal with that person. And they have a whole system of how they deal with that person. The plus of reporting someone for harassment, if they have multiple channels hooked to the same account, YouTube knows that and will hide all of those people from you. So you don't have to worry about them coming back under another name. It will take care of them. Now, I try to be really judicious with that. I don't want to just report for harassment all the time because a lot of them aren't harassing. They're just people being dumb. And that's fine. But because you can just hide your channel from them and it's done. And most of them will never come back, and that's fine. I only had it happen once that a creator, someone who had an active channel, even though they had a small number of subscribers, they had some. And I only had it happen once that kind of person attacked me. And they were very harassing and bullying, so I did report them. But I'm always very careful. I would never want to damage someone else's channel or their ability to make content. But if they're that kind of person, odds are they're not making good content anyway, and they're just harassing other people who are being successful. So don't hesitate. If someone is harassing or bullying you, report them. YouTube absolutely will deal with them. They want a good, clean community too. They do not want an environment where creators are harassed personally or attacked personally or threatened. So they will absolutely handle it. And along with those personal attacks, there are times when someone really isn't harassing or bullying you, but they give you a really weird vibe. Sometimes this will come in the form of compliments. They'll be weirdly complimentary and a little too personal, even though they're not harassing or bullying. I would urge you to be very, very cautious with those sorts of comments. I never respond in any way to those comments. I don't necessarily delete them right off because it could just be someone being nice. But I'm very careful because often that is exactly how stalkers start. They start very complimentary. They try to get you to engage in a dialogue. I don't even click a like button or a heart or anything on those comments. I pretend like they're not there. If that person continues, I will hide them from my channel. Anytime you get a really weird vibe from anybody, you should always trust your gut. Hide your channel. You don't need that kind of person. There are millions of people out there who will love your content. You do not need anyone who treats you badly, anyone who gives you a weird vibe, ever. And there are some people who have the idea that if you put yourself out there in public, well, you deserve to get negativity. And you don't. You are absolutely in control of it. It's one of the things I love about YouTube. It gives you so many ways to keep your channel and your community a positive place where people can really enjoy the content. That's the whole point. This is just one more way for you to have a great experience as a creator. You can implement these ideas and these tools right at the beginning and save yourself any kind of stress or headache about it and have a wonderful, wonderful experience. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.